If you've been on social media in the past few months, you've probably noticed a new Syrian shawarma place that's just been flooding your For You page.
Sometimes we have big permits of just wraps made.
Damoschino Shawarma opened in Vancouver's West End just 10 months ago. The name comes from the Syrian capital, Damascus, the birthplace of brothers Anas and Mo and Wada, who left Syria when they were just kids. Both Mo and Anas have worked hard to build up this business, but they didn't always have their sights set on the culinary world. It took a lot of hard work and a desire for a taste of their childhood.
I had no relate to the kitchen back then. We did have a little cafe back when we lived in Egypt, but nothing crazy like a restaurant. But we loved food. We loved Middle Eastern food, and it was easy to get back in Syria and Middle Eastern countries. So I started getting into the kitchen here, and I started making some shawarma because it was one of my favorite food to eat back in the Middle East. And then slowly and day by day, I started mastering that recipe, and it got to a point where it was just perfect. And then me and Mo always had the business mindset, and we always liked to open businesses, try different experiences, and change very quickly.
Pretty much got here at 10 or 11 years old. So doing all this and showing kind of the West, our culture, and how the food we have back home and all this stuff, it's really nice. Also, I'm meeting a lot of Syrians and Arabs.
Mo and Anas arrived in Canada in 2016, determined to succeed and to recover all that their family had lost in Syria. The Anwadas found a place to rebuild their lives in North Vancouver, but it was very hard to start off in a new, unfamiliar country.
Coming from a whole different culture was really hard. It was really tough to move on quickly and kind of merge into the culture very quickly.
The hardest part was trying to communicate with people. Language barrier, that's a really big thing. It took, I was in elementary school when I came in, but so that was a little bit easier for me to learn there, but I'm guessing for my parents it's a lot harder, right?
We went through it pretty quick. Me and this guy just blasted through it like crazy. Yeah, we did high school here, we graduated, and I went into university, to Vancouver Film School, and then right straight to work. We were working while we were studying. Again, we always had that business mindset. We came out of Syria. We came from a wealthy family back in Syria. My dad was very wealthy man, but unfortunately during the war he had lost all his net worth. So for us it was we were thinking it was time for us to step up and bring that family back to wealth and help our dad. That's our whole goal, is to be able to provide to our family and not have them need anything.
It gets a nice drizzle of pomegranate molasses.
At Damoschino, Anas and Mo don't just offer Syrian food. They've created a space for fellow Syrians to gather and connect with one another.
A lot of the times when I look at the lineup, to be honest, everyone starts talking to each other because I think there's not a big of a Syrian community here. So when they all meet here, I think it's like a tool for them to, get to know each other and become, I guess, friends.
We live on the North Shore, and there's not a big Syrian community on the North Shore, so it took us a while to get to know some Arab Syrian people. And again, we came in, we had goals. My first goal was to learn English, to graduate high school and get into university right away. Same with Mo. He wanted to, learn English as soon as possible, get out of high school and get to work. So me and this guy were just locked in since we got in. We had the goal, we know what we wanted. We know, we love to meet other Syrian people, and we did, but we weren't connected 100%. Just because we were really focused on work, school, getting our goals done. But now with this restaurant, it's more of a tool to meet a lot of Syrian people that come and try our shawarma that we serve here, and we've been really happy to meet new people and make new friends.
Fattoush salad is a Syrian salad.
And they're proud to share with people from all cultures what a taste of Syria is really like.
We've been really passionate about explaining it to other cultures, not only Canadians. We get a lot of cultures. We get the Asians, we get the Brazilians, we get the Mexicans, all the cultures. They've all been loving it, and we've been really good about explaining it. I mean, I could give you a little bit about that.
I was going to say,
yeah.
we need to get an explainer.
Yeah,
Do
I
tell.
mean,
What makes it so incredible?
Yeah, all over these years, we had a lot of donair/shawarma places in Canada, and people are used to the westernized wrap, which has lots of vegetables, lots of sauces, and then the actual protein, right? Made in pita bread. But on the other side, in Syria, the actual shawarma wrap is very simple. We do garlic sauce, pickles, and chicken, and then a drizzle of pomegranate molasses, and we crisp it on the grill on all sides. You're drooling, I see that. We'll give you some shawarma after this.
Recently, Anas was finally able to go see some familiar faces and places that he grew up with.
You know, I was thinking before I went how it's gonna be seeing all these people after 14 years. I left everybody when they all were young, like my cousins and my family in general, but I had an amazing time.
And while both brothers dearly miss Syria, both Mo and Anas agree that Canada is also their home.
After all these years and after all these challenges that we overcame, it feels like we got stuck here somehow. We grew up here in a way, and we learned a lot about the system in Canada and the people and the culture. So yes, we have all the experiences that we got for 10 years. So it does feel like home.
Does it feel like home to you?
It does, yeah. I mean, I feel like even if I went back to Syria, I wouldn't have the knowledge or the experience that I've had here. You know, it's a totally different country, totally different system.
All right, enjoy.